Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson alongside Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. On the sidelines, Allie LaForce. And now the Los Angeles starters. Collins at power forward, Zubats in the middle. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Darius Garland. And it's Hood Schifino in at the 2. And for Athens, they've got Isaiah Joe. And it's Addison in at the point guard position. Grant, these are two teams with some of the highest assist rates in the league.
Yeah, B.A. And it really goes to show the unselfish attitude they both have. Not to mention how many skilled passers are on both rosters.
Zubats inside. Leonard's there. A nice shot by Zubats.
This is the defensive effort you have to throw at Zubats inside. Because as you can see, I mean, even then it's not always enough to stop the 7-footer.
Here's Addison. Pass to Indoor. Walker, a screen on Leonard. 4 on the clock. And the jam by Walker.
You know, this is what you like about him as a facilitator. He hits his man where he can do something with the rock.
Now here's Garland. Last game he had 34 points. Collins outside. Off target with the 3. On offense, here is Athens. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Joe on the wing. From the arc. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. A tough loss coming against Boston in their last game.
Defensively, they weren't up to the task. Didn't play as a cohesive unit, and it really hurt them.
And, you know, that's all about effort, and I'm sure their coach let them have it for the lack thereof.
Here's Addison. He's off on the layup.
No such thing as an easy bucket most of the time in the NBA, but I'm surprised he missed that.
Outside Garland. To the paint. Here's Zubats. No luck on that one.
Yeah, we're not used to seeing him get bottled up like that. Wow.
Indoor. Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
He's hard to stop when given any room to operate at all.
The Clippers have gone 1 of 4 to begin this one. To the inside. Garland, the pass to Zubats. Nice ball movement by Los Angeles. Back to Leonard. Ooh, and Leonard throws it down.
Explosive move by Kawhi at the rim. The defense had no answer there.
And Athens calls time here. For an idea of how the league is shaping up right now, take a look at these latest power rankings. You take a look at the Suns. They're making moves up the standings, claiming that 4th spot.
Checking out Athens, they've made some mistakes early on, and a drop in the rankings reflects that. They're right in the middle of the pack, and the question now is, can they learn from those errors?
Indoor misses. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the LA Clippers. The 3-ball. Drills it from deep.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Athens trails by 3. And we're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Joe on the wing. Launches it. Collins with the rebound.
Really good shot contest there. It made it tough for the shooter.
And he lobs it up to the rim. And an emphatic jam on the lob.
Throw it anywhere near Collins, he'll take care of the rest, putting his athleticism and length to perfect use.
Here's Addison. Walker, a screen on Garland. Pass to Indoor. Now Leonard. Ooh, and Leonard throws it down.
gripping the rock on the weight of the slam.
No way he was going to get stripped on that one.
Better safe than sorry, right?
Now Garland. He's scoreless. Collins outside. And the basket's good. Off the assist from Garland. Garland's got his third assist of the night.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flowing rhythm to their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possession.
It's stolen by Leonard. And they're pushing it up. Here's Hood-Schifino. Oh, Leonard with the block. In transition, here they come. Here's Addison. Pass to Joe. Here's Walker. Right wing. 5 to shoot. Inside. Here's Leonard.
And you love to see the aggressiveness, using the height advantage to hammer it home.
Los Angeles leading by 4. Deflects the pass. And stolen by Leonard. To the left wing. It's stolen by Garland. And they're on the break. Here's Hood-Schifino. And he hammers it home to polish off the break.
The hands of Garland starting that break, and just a nice steal. Wow.
Here's Addison. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
The Clippers have got 6 of 10 attempts to fall. Leonard for 3. Leonard pulls down the board. Athens trails by 4. Here's Addison. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
And the basket by Leonard.
As good as he is offensively, I think this is Kawhi's bread and butter. He is lethal from the mid-range.
You think back to the prime years of Kawhi Leonard, Clark. He was absolutely dominant.
Yeah, he really was. I mean, so few wings could dominate the way Kawhi did when he was healthy and in his prime. I mean, he could score at all 3 levels, especially in that mid-range game. Absolutely lethal. And then defensively, he was a stopper. He would just turn people's water off. In his peak, he was as good as any two-way player we've had in the league.
Here's what Los Angeles is going with right now. Robinson Earl's checked in for John Collins. And Christie subbed in for Kawhi Leonard.
Offensively, this is where Zubac usually gets his points, from the free throw line down.
Up and in on the layup.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And Athens making a change here. Diabate's checked in. Garland finds Zubac. Here's Robinson Earl. And he slams it in one-handed.
B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and power.
McBride can't get it to go.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Nice ball movement by Los Angeles. Garland. And he buries his first look.
Inside, Garland outplays his size, using speed and agility to get it done.
And there's the screen. Down low. Here's Diabate. Nice assist and nice finish. Solid play all the way around.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Garland for 3. It's hauled in by Athens. This game against Los Angeles here, their first look at the Clippers.
And they dominated this team last season. Big difference in talent level.
Well, you know, they swept the season series a year ago. The expectation is they'll do the same thing again this time around.
Now here's Garland. To the middle. Here's Zubac. And that makes him 3 for 4. He's looking good.
That's 3 buckets in a row off assists.
Athens trails by 6. 40 seconds left in the opening quarter. Outside McBride. Clock at 6. Drives to the hoop. The layup misses. Los Angeles leading by 6. Garland scanning the floor.
Athens foul call. Second personal foul. Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
There's 10 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Robinson Earl with 1 on the clock.
And this kind of six slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they play and a confidence they're not afraid to show.
Boy, and I used to love going up and jamming it down like that, guys.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers, up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. Great shot selection right now, keeping the game simple and getting high percentage looks. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going so far for Los Angeles.
They've done a great job facilitating so far. So moving the rock and finding the open man, just great selfless basketball.
But how about their scoring in transition as well? That's been a big factor to this point. Are those high tops or track shoes these guys are wearing? My goodness.
On the floor for the Clippers, they've got Jeremiah Robinson Earl, and it's Christie in at the point guard position.
Terrific design and execution, leading to an opportunity right at the rim.
Pass to Cage. Outside Davis. Here's Robinson Earl. Excellent D there from Holmes. Athens trails by 6. Holmes, a screen on Christie. Here's Strother driving to the basket. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Well, Grant, offense is trying to stretch the D to the breaking point, but it goes beyond just three-point shooting.
Yeah, there's how you position on the perimeter, but, you know, then you also want that vertical spacing, too, where you have a lob threat at the rim.
Yabusele, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Beal comes in for Davis. Here's Beal. And Holmes pulls it down.
Well, with his solid midi game, you expect him to knock that one down.
And we played just over a minute of basketball in the second quarter. Here's Hayes. Perfection with the jumper from the elbow. Hayes has gotten his first bucket of the night.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Here's Beal. Lays it up and banks it in.
Yeah, nice move. Beal, so smooth off the bounce.
Athens trails by 4. And here's Hayes. Holmes, a screen on Beal. 5 on the clock. From 13, out of bounds. It'll be the Clippers' ball. All right, let's take a second to view the 2K leaderboard and look at last season's top scoring squads.
And last year, I liked watching this team operate on the offensive end. The ball movement, the patience, the confidence. You love seeing all that come together.
And Athens calls time here. Checked in for Leonard. Los Angeles leading by 4.
Athens foul call. First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Collins. He's got 5. Outside Christie, pass to Leonard. They set the pick. Back to Christie, clock at 4. Once again, off the mark by Los Angeles. On offense, here is Athens. They've only given up 2 points this quarter. They come into this one following the loss to Atlanta.
Yeah, we know that on the road, you're already a little out of your element. Then the misses from the line become contagious.
And, you know, one of the things about missing free throws is not only are you not getting points yourself, but it allows the other team to maintain momentum or keep a rally going.
Collins, left side. Pass to Garland. Leonard, right side. From the corner. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Athens trails by 4. Here's Endor. Here he goes. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Second team foul.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. That one's off. Zubats, he's checked in for Robinson Earl. And he sinks the second.
And they seem to have taken a more heads-on approach this quarter. And it's getting them to the free throw line.
Yeah, I don't think it's an accident that aggressiveness correlates with playing better. So the aggressiveness is starting to pay off.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Takes the 3. Joe misses. The Clippers lead by 5. Here's Christie. Tries again. Got it. Collins has got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
Second chance points are always painful. Have to make the effort to box out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating, I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
And Athens calls time here. And as we head into this break, the players have an opportunity to replenish their energy with Gatorade as they prepare to go into the final stages of this ball game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, not to mention over the course of a season, you have to stay hydrated. If you don't, it's amazing how much slower your body is to bounce back. It can have a serious effect on performance, no question.
Leonard's checked in for Athens. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
TBA, John Collins becoming a knockdown shooter. He said, I think I've always had the ability to shoot. I'm just feeling it from 3 right now. My teammates are doing a good job of finding me in the spots that I like, and I've worked on my shot a lot, and I'm sort of settling into it. Brian?
Very capable. All right, Allie, thanks for the report. Leonard looking over the floor. Here's Zubats. And it's slammed in by Zubats.
Well, he is a legit 7 feet tall, so how hard can it be for Zubats to find the rim? I mean, he's already up there.
Here's Addison. Jacks up a 3. Joe misses. Leonard with the ball. Ooh, solid D from Leonard.
He hasn't helped the cause with his shooting, but his teammates have had his back.
Screen by Leonard. Here's Endor. Leonard. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Way to work the glass, buffet style. Second chance buckets. They can make a big difference.
Outside Christie. Nice ball movement by Los Angeles. Shot by Leonard, no good. Athens trails by 5. Here's Addison. Joe on the wing. Lets the 3 fly. He buries it from 3. Joe's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. And so timeout here by Doc Rivers. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Making a change here. Hood Schifino's checked in. And the Clippers have possession.
Number 21,
Pass to Collins. And here's Zubats. Garland for three. It's hauled in by Athens. Leonard's got 8 rebounds in the game. Now here's Joe. Screen by Leonard. To the paint. That one's good. This game is all even. Leonard's got 6 points in the quarter.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
And you know, that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Garland. And a moment to check out the 2K leaderboard. Here were the best rebounders last season. Athens has gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. Pass to Indoor. Over Leonard. Indoor misses.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
Now here's Garland. Tight defense on him. Zubats, screen. 6 on the shot clock. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession.
First and points off the break. And when you take a look at them defensively, they finished in the top half in the league in opponent field goal percentage. They really made an effort to try to make things difficult for their opponents at all times.
And with that #1 rank in fast break points, this was a team that played with urgency. They used their speed every chance they got. They loved to push it. 1:56 left in the second quarter. And he goes in for the dunk.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Pass to Collins. Here's Hood-Schifino. McBride covers. 1:27 left in the first half of basketball. The 11-footer. And again, it's Athens converting. 1:15 left to play in the first half. Out of bounds. It'll be Athens ball. All right, a chance to check out the upcoming schedule for Athens. On Saturday, they'll go up against Franz Wagner and the Orlando Magic. Then on Tuesday, they'll be playing against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns.
What a great opportunity for this team to take a step forward. They have some tough road games coming up, and that kind of stretch can bring a team together. Winning some of these games would be huge for their overall confidence.
Pass to McBride. 54 seconds left in the second period. Inside. This one for 3. It's rebounded by Zubats. Zubats has got his 4th rebound in this one. Down low. And it's slammed in by Zubats.
Zubats really has a good feel and understanding of how to work off of the screen. He can run these sets virtually in his sleep.
Into the lane. Oh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end. Already 5 lead changes here.
Speaks to how evenly matched these teams have been thus far. If they take their time, this will be the final possession of the quarter.
Yeah, they've got to hold for the last shot here.
Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but considering how close this game is.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. It's Athens up 3. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
contributions from their bench, providing once again the importance of depth.
Yeah, with the way their starters play, they may also need their subs in the second half. And I'm not talking submarine sandwiches, even though I'm hungry right now.
And now let's take a look at our power rankings and see who's ahead in the early going.
Man, I think for Athens, they've stumbled a bit, no doubt about it. But no need to panic yet. They're figuring out what's working and building from there.
Disappointing stretch for them, but still plenty of time to right the ship. Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure, and I mean that. Let's now take you back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. And Athens calls time here. Athens leading by 3. They've got Isaiah Joe, and it's indoor, in at the 3. There's the 3. It's rebounded by Zubats. Zubats has got rebound number 5 here tonight. And for the Clippers, Kawhi and Collins are the forwards. Then there's Ivica Zubats. Then it's Darius Garland, and it's Hood Schifino in at the shooting guard position.
Beautiful setup on the alley-oop.
Great catch, great flush.
Well, I tell you what, that's the play we'll remember if they can put together a little surge to break this game open.
Here's Addison, guarded by Garland. 4 on the clock. Addison can't get it to go. And it's Garland with the ball for the Clippers. He shoots it. The putback. Controls the rebound and the putback. And the Clippers lead by 1.
Zubats dominating on the offensive glass and getting one of his own there.
Here's Addison, guarded by Garland. Pass to Joe. Screen by Leonard. Joe, pass to Leonard. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Zubats has got rebound number 7 tonight. Here's Collins, and they cash it in. right away with a quick shot. And now a three-point Clipper lead.
It's been a good night for him overall and a good night for this team.
Here's Addison. Here's Indoor. On target from range. Indoor's got 6.
There it is, the first basket of the half after missing their first 3 attempts.
The Clippers have gotten 3 or 4 shots to fall so far in the third. Collins outside. Pass to Hood-Schifino. Fires for 3. It's good. And the assist that time from Leonard. Leonard's got his 4th assist with that last one. Leonard with a screen on Garland. Here's Addison. Count the basket. Addison's gotten his 3rd basket of the night.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
Leonard passes to Collins. Misses the layup. For Athens, they've gone 2 of 5 in this third quarter. Screen by Leonard. To the inside. And the dunk by Leonard. A hard-fought matchup. 7 lead changes thus far.
And these teams have been scoring from the get-go. Neither able to land the knockout.
And stolen by Leonard. Snatched away. Leonard outside. Here's Collins. That's basket number 6 in 8 tries.
Like if you see somebody you don't know, that's
here's
somebody
Addison.
I know.
He's got 6.
8 times out of 10. Sometimes
a little under 3.5 minutes off the clock now in the third quarter. And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials. Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
Back to Leonard. Here's Hood-Schifino, covered by Joe. Count that one. Hood-Schifino's got 10 points.
It's an overlooked part of Kawhi's game, but he does a nice job distributing the ball.
Leonard with a screen on Garland. Pass to Leonard. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Leonard's got room, and the basket's good. Off the assist from Garland. Garland's got 7 assists in the game. Athens trails by 5. Here's Addison. Now Joe. Over to the left wing. Leonard with a screen on Leonard. 18 feet out. Indoor misses.
He's trying to get himself into a rhythm, but at what expense?
Out of bounds. It'll be Athens ball. And always interesting to look back at last season. These were the NBA's best transition teams. Number 1, Los Angeles.
If this team had a chance to push it last season, they did. The best fast break team in the league.
Walker sets a screen to the paint. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. They'll pin that one on John Collins.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. They're much better off making him go to the line.
Christie's checked in for Los Angeles. That one's no good.
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss. I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Athens trails by 7. Pass to McBride. They need this. And another miss by Athens.
That's how you stay connected to a shooter. Was right in his jersey.
Leonard passes to Collins. And Collins with the slam.
Love the energy here in the third. Trying to take control now of this contest. And I really think this is the time to do it because this is a real important juncture in the ball game right here. Ooh, bouncy. That should give him a nice lift.
Good timing. They needed that one.
And, you know, that's exactly what happens when you don't settle. That's the result. Tremendous effort and a big-time finish there.
Nice ball movement by Los Angeles. Just 5 on the clock. Offensive board. Launches a 3. He can't get that one to fall.
Yeah, no, he usually makes you pay from that range.
McBride on the wing, defended by Christie. McBride passes to Walker, and the jam by Walker.
Well, you know, he may be a bit undersized at the 4, but he makes up for it with his athleticism.
And so timeout here by Doc Rivers. He's going to talk it over with his guys.
You know, he could see his squad was losing momentum, losing steam. Smart timeout to let them catch their breath and reset.
Los Angeles leading by 5. Now Leonard, 9 points in the game. And that's good from 17 feet. Leonard's got 11 points.
I like Leonard's shot right there. He's very comfortable from that distance.
Left side McBride. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
Yabusele, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Here's Hutchefino from behind the arc. Here's Robinson Earl, and that one is stuffed right through.
Oh, nothing soft about that.
Was not going to be denied. Just took the dunk that was right in front of him.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
And the jam by Walker.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, B.A.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
And Athens making a change here. Chua's checked in. Darius Garland, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And here's Christie. The Clippers got to hurry. Late clock here. Knocks down the long J. Robinson Earl's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Defensively, you've got to apply more pressure to a shooter of his caliber.
McBride on the wing. Takes a 3. Cuts off the pass. Garland for 3. It's hauled in by Athens.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
And he brings this game a little closer using a huge one-hand slam.
That's a great way to get your team back into it.
That might indeed ignite a spark in this team.
Outside Christie. And he banks in the layup. Christie's got 4 points this quarter.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on them.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. The rebound by Garland. And he lobs it up top. Yabusele outside. From deep. And no good. John Collins has been leading the charge for Los Angeles. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. We'll be right back after this word. A moment ago, head coach Doc Rivers in the huddle.
We got to close this quarter out, and it's big. We got to stretch this.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th quarter. And here are the Clippers now. 10-point lead. This is their biggest of the game. They've got Precious Achiuwa, and it's McBride in at the 2. Garland, the pass to Robinson Earl. Right side Christie. Back to Robinson Earl. And he throws it down with one hand.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
Ooh, bouncy. That should give him a nice lift.
Good timing. They needed that one.
And, you know, that's exactly what happens when you don't settle. That's the result. Tremendous effort and a big-time finish there.
Yeah, great job challenging the defense by Garland. He gets positioning inside, and all they can do is foul.
Garland hits them both.
That's what he does. Rock solid at the line.
Athens trails by 12. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Inside. Holmes passes to Hayes. Just 5 to shoot. Athens needs to get off a shot. Chalk up 2 there.
This has been the story of the game. A battle fought on offense.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
And let's get an update here on John Collins' injury. Allie, any news?
Hey, guys, I spoke with the head athletic trainer for the Clippers. He let me know that it's a strained hip, which causes plenty of soreness and shooting pain in that area. Nobody wants an injury, especially this early in the season, but the good news, he's been cleared by the training staff to play through it. Guys?
Okay, thanks for that. Now we know how things are coming along, Grant.
That's true. It's the uncertainty factor with injuries that can be so hard to handle.
And, you know, for him, just watching his teammates unable to contribute, that's really a helpless feeling.
Clippers making a switch here. Zubats is checked in. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hi, guys. The head coach for Athens had some instructions for his guys during the break. Coach wanted his guys to ignore the scoreboard. He said, don't even look at the numbers. Just take it possession by possession. Make every chance count, and we'll see where we stand at the end of this game. Back to you guys.
All right, Allie, thanks once again.
There's some nice chemistry on offense. They're just taking what the defense allows.
Well, it's interesting. The defense continues to back off, expecting them to attack the rack, but they just continue to pull up and knock down those mid-range jumpers.
There's a screen by Robinson Earl. Outside Christie. Releases. Again, Los Angeles.
We see this every night. He has the skill and versatility to keep a defense guessing.
Here's Addison. Joe on the wing. The 3 is up. The rebound by Yabusele.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
You know, this is an example of why conditioning can be so important. I mean, it can be critical. They continue to sprint the floor, and there's no let-up in sight.
And following that, the number of second-chance buckets they've tallied has been superb, showing no mercy in hitting the offensive glass.
Pass to Robinson Earl. Yabusele, a screen on Achua. Here's Robinson Earl. Here's Yabusele. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. Yabusele's gotten his first points in this one.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
And, you know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Here's Endor. Offensive rebound. Pass to Addison. Here's Endor. Puts up a deep 3. The rebound by Yabusele.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Now here's Christie. Here's Robinson Earl. Misses the 3. And if they're going to make a move, this is a good time to start.
And there's still plenty of time, but they definitely don't want to let this game get too far out of hand.
Here's Endor. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Man, good whistle there. Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
Some changes for Los Angeles. John Collins checked in for Robinson Earl. Leonard comes in for Yabusele. And Hood Schifino subbed in for Christie. Back to Garland. Nice ball movement by Los Angeles. Shot by Leonard, no good.
The perimeter game has failed him thus far. Hit one from range in the first half, but nothing since. Just such a terrific dunker.
Man, born to fly, that's for sure.
Nothing surprising about that, guys. We've come to expect plays like that from him, and still, they never get old.
Need to do more than that to keep him from getting the ball in the post.
Exactly. I mean,
Right side Joe. Here's Indoor. Leonard defending. From 13, and he hits the jump shot. Indoor's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
this is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
Here's Leonard. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Kawhi has a subtle and quiet way of consistently keeping the pressure on.
2 shots.
And Leonard drops them both. Something the league has worked towards, seeing small market teams competing at a high level, Grant.
Yeah, this league isn't just for the big cities. Smart drafting and team development can make any organization elite. And of course, that's the beauty of it all.
And Athens calls time here. Athens trails by 12. Here's Addison. And that one is hammered home.
Ooh, bouncy. That should give him a nice lift.
Good timing. They needed that one.
And that's exactly what happens when you don't settle. That's the result. Tremendous effort and a big-time finish there.
Pass to Garland. And there's the lob. It's stolen by Leonard. Ooh, and Leonard throws it down.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Now Garland. Shot clock at 6. It's off.
For him, it has not been a game to remember, but all they care about is that W.
Leonard against Collins. Oh, the shot is off. The Clippers lead by 8. And that's an intentional foul. And Athens will go for a different look here.
Personal foul. 4th team foul.
Here's Leonard. Oh, the shot is off. Athens has gone 0 for 3 here in the 4th. They set the screen. Banks it home. Big shot.
Gets it inside and goes to work. That's how it's done.
And so it's Garland who brings up the ball for the Clippers. And now they decide to foul intentionally. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
And Garland does a little bit of everything. A versatile guard with a bright, bright future.
Here's Leonard. Ooh, nice setup for the slam.
Sees his man, threads the pass inside. Excellent teamwork.
Now here's Garland, guarded closely. Leonard outside. Now Garland, 6 to shoot. And he nails it.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Walker in the post. Collins defending.
Elevates and detonates the one-hand stuff.
Picture perfect.
I'm glad he didn't go overboard and try to do too much there.
Leonard outside. Here's Zubac. Beautiful work with the baby hook.
Zubac's on a roll. Everything he has touched has seemed to turn into gold.
Oh, he missed the jumper. Los Angeles has gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter here in the fourth quarter. Leonard, and no one in the vicinity.
Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
Here's Addison, guarded by Garland. He shoots. Can't get it to go. It's stolen. So it's the Clippers picking up the win. It ends up being a fairly easy road win.
Those are so hard to come by. It's never easy to take a game in someone else's building.
Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
Thank you. Kawhi, you guys really turned it on down the stretch. What was the difference late in the game?
You started to play defense and execute on the offensive end, and we finally started to knock down shots.
That'll do it.
All right. Thanks, Allie. And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson.